Today I'll be calling cable. My name is Wakar Meyer and I'm your Elliott Wave analyst, reviewing what has been and predicting what is likely to be in cable price action. Since the last video, the movement hasn't been big, but it may be revealing. What I mean by that is, for the last couple months, I've been counting what appears to be, what I think is, an E wave in a multi-year contracting triangle. And I was calling the movement complete to this point right here, and I called this A, B, C to finish W, and I thought that maybe it was making A, B, and C to finish an X wave, and that it would become complex and keep moving its way up. Now, based on certain elements, the Dow, the dollar index, I'm thinking that's probably not the case because they've been fairly correlated for a while, and although correlations don't hold forever, they hold until they hold, or I should say they hold until they break. And so far, this one hasn't quite broken. So I'm wondering what's a good alternate count? And based on Friday's price movement, I started thinking, and what I was thinking is that maybe this is not a W wave that's finished. Maybe this is a contracting diagonal where this is 1, this is 2. You could have 3 here, 4 there, and it's going to finish 5. Now, all along, I've been saying that I expected price action in a perfect world to get back to this yellow line at 1.5845 because that was the terminus of the internal second of an extended fifth going, from here to here. That ended the C of D like dog leg of the triangle. So I think that's what it's doing. And as you can see, this is a parallel of this line. It's pretty much adhering to the channel. It's towards the end here. It's breaking a little bit, but you don't have any full bar closes to the upside of this trend line. So if we want to look at this particular proposed count on a smaller timeline, we can do so. And this is a 72-minute chart. So the way I'm counting it is like this. This would be 5 waves to make A here. You have a correction for B. You're going to have 1, 2, and this is a flat right here. Here's your B. Maybe not a throw over, but it's definitely at least 90%. C, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a zigzag, alternating with 2. And then you've got your extended fifth wave, finishing 5 here, which finishes C. So you're going to have A, B, and C. And if you know about zigzags, you know that they subdivide into diagonals. So 3 waves. You're going to have a zigzag correction, a zigzag correction, and then another zigzag. And so this move from what I'm calling 2 to 3, before I get ahead of myself, let me just show you on the channeling. So if I connect, A and B there, right, and I put it like so, you can see to the upside it pretty much respects that trend line until it pops right at the end. And normally, when the channel isn't respected, when you just do the AB, by doubling the channel, you can generally find your support or resistance, and you can see that that's what I did. And when I just double the channel there, of course it finds its support before it pops on through to the other side, the way that I predicted the whole time. That's what I love about Elliott Wave, is you can keep getting it right in terms of trend direction, even though you may have the smaller degree labeling wrong. But at some point, you're going to be on notice when it doesn't do what you expect it to do. uh, then you know, you need to take stock of your count and say, according to my count, I expected it to do this. I expected it to burst in a third wave, and it's not doing that. So you have to reanalyze your count, and that's what I did. So you can see this first wave up. It now breaks out of the channel. If you've got two right here, it corrected down and it broke out of the channel. And this third wave is finding resistance at the bottom of the doubled channel, okay? And the other thing too was I expected I expected, if my count was correct, I expected this to come down much deeper, right? I was counting it as 1 2 1 2, and although you can still count it that way, it just doesn't feel right to me. I know feeling isn't technical and feeling can get you off track, but my feeling is sort of in accordance with the technicals. So now we've had another break, and if I could take my trend lines and say, okay, there's 1 and 3, and now I duplicate it and I move it down to 2, you would expect it to stay above this, and in fact, if it's contracting, you would expect it to make a contracting, angle. The two lines should converge in on each other, and that's what they're doing. So you have top line, bottom line converging in on each other. And I think if it makes a new high above what I'm calling 3 at 1.5736, you're going to, or I'm going to flip to that count. I'm going to say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, and it's making 5. Now 5 will have to be shorter than 3. So if I do a price extension, Fibonacci price extension, you can see it's going to basically need to stay below this 158, what is that, 58.68? And that's not an exact measurement. I kind of just eyeballed that. And you can do it exactly if you like. But if it surpasses that, then I'll know the count is wrong, and then I can make another adjustment. But that's what I think is happening. Also, a break, well, a break of this trend line. If it does make a new high, if it stays under that level for a shorter fifth wave, and then it breaks this trend line with a full bar closing below the trend line, I think that'll be a good signal that if this is a C wave that's contracting, that it's over, and you may want to take a shot there using a new high as your out. Let's see. No, not that one. Yeah, this one. So what you would do is, on the smaller time scale, that 72-minute chart that I just showed you, when it breaks, well, here, let's do it this way. When it breaks this trend line with a full bar, that may be the signal to go ahead and get in the other direction using the high as your stop. So it's going to push up here a little bit, 5,800. It's then going to break with a full bar below this trend line, and I think that'll be a good signal to go ahead and take a short with the previous high being your out. That's today's call. I hope you'll join me again for tomorrow.